Good morning, traders. This is Shane Scott, the moderator of Newsware's Trade Talk. At Trade Talk, we're providing you with the up-to-the-minute news on the market, along with the facts, themes, and short-term trading ideas for the day ahead. Joining me today is our trading anchor, Bill Olson, who brings over 30 years of institutional trading knowledge to our program. Let's get things started with our markets update. Futures are slipping this morning with S&P futures down 0.39%, Dow futures down 0.31%, and NASDAQ futures down 0.73%. Contracts on the tech-heavy NASDAQ 100 slumped up to 0.8%, and Walmart dipped in the U.S. pre-market after saying it will increase spending on worker salaries and automation. Yields on 10-year treasuries climbed to 1.28%. Concern is growing across markets that higher borrowing costs could sap a rally that's driven values to the highest they've ever been in history. Tech companies that derive much of their cash flows in the future are especially vulnerable to inflation pressures. Commodity markets are moving broadly higher, with Brent futures trading near $65 a barrel. Copper in London high as fresh as eight-year high as China's traders return from holiday, with metal markets in a bullish mood. Over in Europe, banks led losses in the stock 600 index. Bill, what are you seeing as far as market updates?
Well, Shane, I've been watching the S&Ps all morning long. They've been, down along with they've been down all morning long, and they continue to trend lower. You saw a lower opening and then another leg lower in Europe. And then you saw, of course, the Hong Kong market just dropped over 1% last night. So all in all, it's not a great positive morning, that's for sure. But, there's multiple economic reports coming out today, including jobless claims and housing starts. You got to keep an eye on these oil futures because they're going to be coming under pressure soon as these weather-related issues start to resolve themselves. And, of course, we're watching the earnings. We had Walmart release today, this morning, and then you've got earnings coming out this afternoon from OLED and Roku, and then tomorrow morning from John Deere, ticker DE.
Well, moving into earnings to watch today, Bill, what type of earnings are we looking at?
Let's quickly do a recap of what came out last night. We have Baidu, ticker BIDU. They missed by 47 cents. The stock's currently trading down a little over 2%, as I see it, 2.62%. You have Cheesecake Factory, that's ticker CAKE. They delivered a 36 cent beat, but they didn't miss on revenue. But you see the stock, it's up 3% this morning. Fastly, ticker FSLY, they delivered a 1 cent beat on higher revenue. You've seen the stocks off 8% this morning. Jack in the Box, they delivered a 39 cent beat, but they missed on revenue. Stock is trading higher this morning. It's up 1.59%. Twilio, they delivered a 12 cent beat on higher revenue, and you see shares of Twilio up almost 10% this morning. Now it's only up 9.44%.
Mm-hmm. Any insights as far as upcoming earning announcements?
I got insights. I'm always watching. We got a lot of good companies coming out this afternoon and tomorrow. AMAT, ticker AMAT, Applied Materials, they're coming out this afternoon. They're priced for a 4% move. Dropbox, ticker DBX, they're priced for an 8% move. They just did a headcount reduction over there at Dropbox in early January, so we'll see if that's going to actually negatively impact their earnings when they're released this afternoon. Ticker OLED, they're priced for a 7.5% move when they release earnings this afternoon. And Roku, this is going to be the one everyone's watching, ticker ROKU. They're priced for a 9.6% move when they release. And the ticker TRIP, TRIP, they're priced for a 7.2% move when they release this afternoon.
Well, moving into our economic reports, Bill, what type of reports are we seeing today?
Well, let's, this morning we have the housing starts and permits. We have the Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index. And, of course, we have the jobless claims all due it out at 8:30. Then we have at 11 o'clock, we have the EIA oil stockpiles report. And then later today, we have a number of Fed speak going on where we have the Fed Governor Laurel Brainard speaking at 8 a.m. and the Atlanta Fed Bank President Raphael Bostic speaking at 10 a.m.
Well, moving into our morning's critical insights, starting with things off with one on Apple, ticker AAPL. Apple is being rumored to being in a position of hiring new engineers to develop a 6G wireless network. Apple share price is down 1.43% in pre-market. In other news, a month-long rally in agricultural commodity markets is hitting grocery stores. Hormel Foods, ticker HRL, says it's proactively raised prices across all of its turkey products to offset sharply higher grain costs, with corn futures recently hitting their target highest level in about 7 years. CEO Jim Snee warned that the continued rally will require additional actions. Hormel share price is up 1.02% in pre-market. One on Greenland Technologies, ticker GTEC. The company's climbed 200% in pre-market after Greenland and Socma, ticker SOCMA, signed a cooperation agreement to support U.S. production of electric industrial vehicles. In other news, Marriott, ticker MAR, says that it's added nearly 63,000 rooms globally during 2020. Looking ahead, Marriott expects gross rooms growth to accelerate to about 6% in 2021. Marriott's share price is down 0.26% in pre-market. Last one for me, Black Sky Holdings, a real-time geospatial intelligence company and Osprey technology acquisition, that's ticker SFTW, announced that they have entered into a business combination that would result in Black Sky becoming a publicly listed company. Black Sky will be listed on the New York Stock Exchange with the ticker symbol BKSY. The companies are estimated at a combined value of $1.1 billion. Osprey share price is currently up 28.4% in pre-market. Bill, what are you seeing as far as this morning's news?
Well, Shane, I break my news alerts down into specific events, into specific sectors. That way, when the key events hit, I'm on it. When there's news on a specific industry, I'm on it. It's a really good way to get ahead of the price action. I look at my FANG alerts this morning, Amazon. Apparently, there's a document out there that's suggesting that there's only a small number of large sellers that account for the big bulk of the firm's business in India. Now, this is likely going to fuel claims that Amazon hurts the sales of smaller businesses. So that's not good when you're getting into all these regulators looking at their business. I see Google's restructuring its responsible AI team to centralize them all under a single executive. Dow Jones 30 alert went off on Boeing this morning. And apparently 2 of their long-term board members have decided to step down. Why? Because of the issues that went on with the 737 MAX crisis. So a couple of them removing, that's actually what really needed to happen. And I also got an alert on Merck. Merck has entered into a clinical trial collaboration and a supply agreement with NKTR. I have an SEC alert, Securities Exchange Commission, that goes off and went off this morning. Apparently, the SEC is weighing to require more transparency regarding short sales. The regulator was actually ordered to do this 11 years ago, and they were supposed to impose these rules, but it never happened. Now they're dealing with the fallout of the frenetic trading that happened in GameStop, and the agencies under new leadership, they're really considering, bringing those rules back into light. So, watch for some new regulations coming from the SEC in the wake of the GameStop mania that's been going on. My buyback alert: Walmart, they authorized a $20 billion stock buyback plan. Ticker HLF, they also offered a $1.5 billion share repurchasing program. Both of these plans are based over a 3-year period, so that's important to know. I have my strategic review alert that goes off. Foot Locker, ticker FL. The board apparently approved a $275 million capital expenditure program for this year. Vantage, ticker VG, they terminated the sale process of their consumer segment business. And ticker LPX, this is Louisiana Pacific, Larry Paul X-Ray. They said they're exploring strategic alternatives for its engineered wood product segment. So that's kind of interesting to watch. Ticker's LPX.
Well, moving into our trade talk picks for today, I'm picking Hormel Foods, ticker HRL. It's like we talked about, it's proactively raising prices across all of its turkey products. It's saying it's to offset the sharply higher grain costs. However, the reality is, Hormel's getting a piece of this food rally, and it's not like people are going to stop buying their products. So this is something that they're going to see some gains from too, and they're already up in pre-market. So I imagine that we're going to see a little bit more of a drive today. So that's the one I'm looking at getting into. Bill, what's your pick today?
I'm looking at Boise Kincaid. That's ticker BCC, Boy Charlie Charlie. Earnings aren't out until Tuesday, but I think we're going to start to see some movement here. There's a very wide spread right now. If it's possible to get some under 50, it's probably a very good opportunity. I'm watching it closely and looking for that opportunity this morning in ticker BCC, Boise Kincaid.
Moving into what's hot off the press, this is the news that's hitting the tape as we speak that will be moving the stocks today. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So, Bill, looking at our newswire alerts and seeing all the headlines that are streaming in, which are the ones we should be letting traders know about?
Ticker MAR. This is Marriott Hotels. Over 94% of the hotels are currently open and operating. Then I did notice this, story on Airbus. This is really on the airline sector, but the Airbus's CEO expects the aviation sector to rebound in 3 to 5 years. This is a story that just hit the tape.
Express Spa, ticker XSPA, has just signed a contract with the Metropolitan Washington Airports Authority. This is a place where they're going to be helping with COVID-19 testing facilities.
Here's Hamilton Thorne. This is ticker HTLZF. CEO says they're well positioned to execute on acquisition opportunities. Marvel, ticker MRVL. Marvel Storage Solutions included in Toshiba's new 18 terabyte hard disk drive.
One on Jabel, ticker JBL, just got FDA clearance for made in USA protective face masks.
I saw that the Department of Homeland Security just intercepted a big lot of fake 3M face masks earlier this morning. This ticker FDS, they're set to launch an integration with Microsoft Teams.
One on QuickLogic, ticker QUIK. QuickLogic ramped 70% in pre-market after the company announced it has released an Amazon-qualified reference design that empowers OEMs and ODMs to evaluate and develop their own smart, hearable products quickly and easily.
Here's one on Nestle. Nestle sees sustained and mid-single-digit organic growth in the midterm. That's interesting for shares of Nestle.
Anything else interesting for you, Bill?
No, that's all I'm seeing right now.
Same here. So that'll do it for us as far as what's hot off the press. But traders, keep in mind, you can receive these same breaking stories just like us simply by subscribing at newsware.com. Check us out for a free trial today. It will definitely up your trading game. Moving into our scoreboard, talking about how our picks did from Wednesday. I had Ford, ticker F. It opened at $11.61 and closed at $11.48. There's a little bit of room for volatility, a couple points up, a couple points down. Not much, pretty much kind of flat for a overall 1.11% loss. It's been going back up in pre-market, so not too much to lose, not too much to gain, however, at the same time. How'd yours end up doing, Bill?
Listen, I went with Jack in the Box. I really thought that there was going to be some trading opportunities in the ticker Jack, JACK, and I wasn't disappointed. The stock opened up high. Stock opened up at 101.25, 101.25. If you recall, I was saying don't buy it at the open, don't pay up for it. Wait for it to pull back down to that 90.25, 90.50 level. And once it went on there, that was the time to go long. It did hit that level, and then it just rallied up to above the $100 mark, and it was a great opportunity to sell. It actually pulled back down and ran right back up again. They released earnings yesterday, and the earnings were very strong. They were very good. And I noticed, after the close, the stock actually hit a high of 102.23. And I'm watching it. You got to watch the bid offered, because just if it's hitting the high, that doesn't mean you can get out of the position. But I was seeing bids of close to 101. I saw here. I wrote down 100.88. So that easily beats our $1 1% mark. So yeah, did very well with Jack in the Box yesterday. It was a good trade.
Nice. Well, that's going to do it for us here at Trade Talk. But traders, you know what to do. Let's get out there. Let's make some green.